Now, hold on. What episode of the Geek Press podcast?
This is episode 200. This is our 200th episode. Don't forget to use our code, the Geek Press, on Audible for one free audiobook.
I start every fucking episode like this. What episode? Okay, so I'm going to keep this all in. Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of the Geek Press podcast. I am your host, Sir Luis Gutierrez, and this is my good friend. Why am I always pointing at the opposite side? It's so because it's inverted. For audio listeners, I'm pointing at the opposite side. This is my good guest right here, Sir Jacob Knight. 2021's off to a shit year right now. If you look to the news, you see fucking people storming capitals and all sorts of fucked up shit going on in the world right now. And we took the time to make some content to help you maybe escape all that, because the Geek Press, we will every now and then put our political statements here, and I think Sir Jacob Knight and I could speak on both of our behalves when I say we don't condone this and we think this is dumb bullshit how everything is being played out. He is nodding his head for audio listeners. He's not like saying no, shut the fuck up. But we're not going to talk about that too much, and it might come up periodically here and there. But let's talk about some geeky stuff and entertainment stuff that we usually talk about. So 2021, in regards to entertainment, I think will be a solid year, because like if you look at last year, things were getting delayed time and time again. We got Winter Soldier and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier getting pushed, WandaVision getting pushed, Batman is pushed to next year. 007 was supposed to come out this year. Fast 20 was supposed to come out last year, and a whole bunch of other shit. But we're actually kind of getting the ball rolling again. COVID's still a thing, but I guess they're finding ways to produce stuff safely. So what are you looking forward towards, Noah?
Hi everyone, it's me.
Yeah, I talked for like 5
Jacob
minutes.
Knight. I guess what I'm looking forward to is WandaVision. I'm so excited for WandaVision. Y'all, it's gonna be crazy. I am kind of burnt out on Marvel movies right now, so I'm down for all these mini TV stuff. Like, I don't care too much about Loki. Sorry, I don't care too much about Loki.
You don't
I
like
don't.
Tom Hiddleston?
No, there's nothing wrong with him. I'm just like, okay. I feel like a lot of people fell in love with him, but I didn't. I still haven't seen the first Thor movie. I've
I
only
fell
seen
asleep.
I've only seen 15 minutes of the second one. I've seen all of the third one, which is very good. But I didn't watch the Avengers until 2018. So it took me a while to get on. I'm not on a Loki train. I'm never gonna get on it, but I just don't care about Loki. Like, the concept's interesting. I'll watch it for the concept. But yeah, no, I'm just really excited for Wanda and Richard and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
And
there's another one, but I don't remember it.
What is the other one? Wasn't there another the What If, right?
What if? Yeah, I don't care about What If.
So one thing I wanted to ask you, because I used to read comics a lot, and you still are a very avid comic book reader. So it's funny that you mentioned Loki kind of like missing a hype train, because I do kind of believe, and I was talking about this with my girlfriend.
Yeah, you do bully me.
I was talking about this with my girlfriend, right? I feel like the MCU has become, it's gonna sound so stupid, but the MCU has become comic books essentially. So it's like if you miss one issue, you're kind of fucked. You're like, oh shit, what happened in the last one, And that's what they're doing with the streaming services. And it's like much like what you said with Loki. You didn't watch Thor 1 and 2, and you skipped the first Avengers, so you're just like, all right, I don't really care about this Loki guy, even though he plays like a vital part in like the later half of the MCU.
Yeah, when he died, spoilers for Infinity War.
I think everyone and like their mom saw that movie.
When he finally died, I say that like it's a blessing. When he finally died,
that son of a bitch.
When he died, I wasn't sad because like the character died. I was sad because of what it meant to Thor, and I was like, oh, poor Thor, he lost so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there are I would definitely compare it to comics in the sense. It's not too hard to get into though, because comics try to have this balance where with every new arc, they try to segue it for new readers to kind of get into it. So yeah, and I think there are just it's easier to watch movies than read like 6 years of history. So yeah, but I get what you mean by comics, and it can be hard to jump into them.
So for WandaVision, I've kind of been staying away from it, like in regards to like details, but I have been getting like snippets of like information. So WandaVision is supposed to tie in directly to Doctor Strange's sequel, correct?
I guess.
Yeah, so I'm wondering how they're gonna
Yes.
do that. And this is her more or less dealing with like the traumatic stress of like post Thanos, right? Like how he kind of
Mhm.
just went in and rocked everything. Like she's created this imaginary world for herself, more or
Yeah.
less.
So if this is our theories,
Okay, okay.
my
Geek
theory,
Press theory.
yeah, the Geek
But no.
Press theory. My theory is that she's working with Shield or Sword or whatever. Like they needed her help on something. She showed up and it got like something went wrong, something went bad, and then like whatever mystical magical thing she was dealing with, like she tries to protect herself and then she warps like reality by accident, and then that's like the situation's in and she has to find a way out. So
I
I
could
feel like
see
that's gonna
that.
be it. Especially since and then at the end, maybe Doctor Strange will show up and say, "This was magic, like you're magical." And
Ooh.
yeah, and then he's like, "Oh,"
You-
and he's just like, "This is magic." And she's like, "Yeah." And I remember I think there was a quote that Wanda has been using magic, but just like a different form, which I'm into because I think the idea of just one single magic system is dumb. Like
Mhm.
let there be multiple interpretations. So I'm down for her just to have like hand glowy magic. Like fuck it.
One thing that I'm really liking about I'm gonna kind of change lanes, but I'm gonna keep it in the same realm. One thing I'm really liking about the theme of WandaVision, it's like very like 50s, right? There's like this nuclear era, and it reminds me of this game I played, Fallout 3. So in Fallout 3, it came out a long time ago, so I'm gonna get into spoilers. There's a point in the game where you're looking for your father throughout the entire game, and you go to another vault, which are like underground facilities, and you essentially get jacked into the Matrix, and you get that's the only way to proceed forward into the game. But when you get as soon as you get jacked into the Matrix, you're put in a simulated world, and it's playing like this happy go getting like music and everything. And Fallout is a very like dark, gritty but goofy game at the same time, so it completely changes like the whole tone of the game. And it's like so happy go getting, and everyone's like, oh yeah, this is the we're living in this tranquility, and it's called Tranquility Lane. It's like, oh, we're living in this tranquility life. And but if you like pay close attention, you'll see like little glitches, like so like I'll be talking to you and you have my character like "Tick," and it'll just carry on, and you'll notice little glitches. And then like throughout like that little arc in the game, it's like you're playing as a little kid. You go from an adult to a child, and they're like, don't enter this house. As soon as you enter this house, there's like all this weird fucked up things and all that, and you're trying to like piece everything together. So that's what WandaVision is reminding me of too, and that's what's really like I'm looking at it fondly. I'm like, this is new, this is interesting because Marvel hasn't done anything like this before. You have your mic muted.
Sorry,
It's
I
all
was
good.
looking for it. I was like, "Where is it?" I think that is interesting. Although I don't think we've seen in several trailers where she kind of changes decades.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if like my theory for that is that she's gonna change a decade every time something goes wrong, and it's gonna like wipe the board clean.
Hmm.
So then it's like a reset. Like there's been trailers where you see like an agent of Sword like pop out of a sewer vent, like Maximoff, like saying something, and then she's
Wait, hold
just
on.
like, she's like, what is that? Like
For
there's
plebs like me, what is sword?
Sword is it's kind of like Shield but for space.
Okay. So the
But
space version
maybe
of
it's
them.
not Sword. Maybe it's a different organization. I forget what it is.
Okay.
But it's like Shield. It's
Okay.
another Shield, and
Hmm.
without Nick Fury. So it's just like I think some every time something traumatic happens or like there's a break in her psyche, it's gonna switch like decades.
I
So
could
that's
see
my
that.
theory. So like
Okay.
maybe a couple episodes will be 50s and deal with her, and then the next one like oh, and then it resets.
I'd like to see like Elizabeth Olsen and who's the gentleman who plays his vision?
Paul Bettany.
I'd like to see Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen in like a 70s with like the fro and like all disco or no shit like that. That would be kind of fun. Like I think they could have a lot
Mhm.
of fun with that. And
Yeah.
and fuck, what was I gonna say? Hmm. Do you think they're gonna like tie this into maybe like X-Men or something? Like, because they could do something like that now. Or you think they're gonna
I
wait?
I think they're gonna wait to do something with X-Men. They may hint at it, but I doubt they're gonna drop something as big as the X-Men.
Uh-huh.
A hint of that in
Because
this show.
Ant-Man, the sequel of Ant-Man hinted at the X-Men. It's an offline, but when they rescue the mom, she's like, oh, this, I forget the fucking nerdy talk, but they're like, this specific gene is the next human evolution. And I'm like, oh,
Mhm,
that's like a segue into X-Men right there. But it's an offline and you're not gonna catch it if you're not paying attention to it.
mhm. I don't know what they're gonna do for the X-Men. I know everyone has theories about X-Men,
Uh-huh.
like how they're gonna introduce them, but I genuinely don't know.
So now enough about Marvel. We'll go back to it in a little bit. What did you think about Wonder Woman? Because I know we've been talking about it off camera and everything. You have your thoughts. I have my thoughts. I'll let you go first because you're more of a Wonder Woman fan than I ever will
Yeah.
be.
Well, if you guys want to hear my exclusive thoughts, you can head over to Jacob Knight on YouTube
I'll link
and
it.
watch my video. But I thought it was okay. I thought it was kind of unbalanced, but definitely got better as it went along.
Hmm.
It's funny because there are a lot of highs in this movie and there are a lot of lows and there's a lot of just meh, a lot of meh. Like, oh, okay, like that's a choice. Like that's okay. Like Wonder Woman flying for spoilers. Wonder Woman flying for the first time is definitely maybe the apex of the film. Like, but then when she goes to fight Cheetah, it's like that's kind of a lame fight. Like it was cool, like there was cool stuff happening, but I thought the fight was kind of lame. So, and there are things like after that that was kind of mad. But then when she goes to Maxwell Lord and she like convinces him, like that was cool. Like that was interesting. That was built up to in the story. So it's a lot of there's too much meh that outweighs the highs and the lows for me to say this was like a really good movie, but it was enjoyable. I
Hmm.
would if somebody wanted to watch it, I'd kind of be like, we can skip the first 40 minutes and just start from there. But
Uh-huh.
aside from that, it was fine. What do you think?
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of talk about the stuff I didn't like, and I'll work my way to it. So in the beginning of the movie, they have the Cheetah girl. I forget her name, but she was a cast member of
Barbara and Minerva.
the actress.
Oh, Kristen Wiig.
Christian Rig, there we go. She was I knew her from SNL and she was in the
Mhm.
female Ghostbusters as well. She's a
She was
really
funny. I liked her in that. She was
yeah,
funny.
she's a really talented actress. And one thing I hate is that she's an attractive woman. And in this movie, in like the first half, she's like, oh, she's this ugly person, this and that. And then she gets like this
Mhm.
magical orb that grants her wish. And she's like, all you need to do is wear a skin tight dress and you're attractive and heels. I'm like, what? Like, huh? You know? But I was like,
Mhm.
whatever. Like that was kind of dumb, but I guess power of self-confidence is a thing. I said that sarcastically, but it wasn't meant to come out sarcastically. But it was that and there was this whole debate. I didn't really see too much until after Jacob Knight here told me that there's
Mhm.
like essentially a rape scene in the movie.
It's definitely very sus. Like
Yeah,
Wonder Woman wishes her boyfriend back to life, of course. And there's this moment where it's like she sleeps with him. It's implied that they sleep together. And that's another guy's body. He doesn't know that you're
yeah, they
doing
make
that.
it
It's really
very
weird.
obvious too. Like they don't really like try to glance over that.
And I'm
And
just like, why not just give him his own body?
yeah, oh shit, sorry, I hit the mic and all that. Um,
Like
Another
it
thing,
seems like a weird thing just to have. Like she's already found a wish granting stone. Just give him his own body.
yeah, right. And there was another thing too with the car chase scene. I believe they're in Egypt, right? Yeah, so they're in Egypt and Pedro Pascal, who plays as Max Lordwell, he essentially manipulates everyone into getting. It's like a deal with the devil, essentially. And she's chasing him down this road, and the CGI just looks bad. It just looks really, really bad. I was like, come on. And I couldn't help but compare it to the Mandalorian because Pedro Pascal, Mandalorian, he's the Mando, and I'm like, the Mandalorian had way better CGI than this. And going on to my
Mhm.
next thing was, I had thought okay, before I go forward, I thought Kristen Wiig, her performance was good. She
Mhm.
did she was good with what she was given. Yeah,
See, well, that's why I thought, just to loop back to her real quick, they stopped doing like I'm dorky with glasses and clumsy. Like 40 minutes in, that's a part of her character, but that kind of cheesy, obvious emphasis on that is kind of let go.
hmm
But yeah, so I did like her as well.
and I thought Gal Gadot did really good, and Chris Pines did good. But the thing was, it was like watching Pedro Pascal play this role was super fucking cheesy, and I was like, this is. I've been I haven't seen all of his work, but I've seen him in his major stuff. So I've seen him in Narcos, Game of Thrones, and Mandalorian, and Kingsman. Those are like the big ones I could really think of the top of my head. I've enjoyed him in every single one of them. He's a great actor across the board. But I watched him in this, I was like, dude, this is like kind of one of your worst performances I've seen. And it hurts me to say that because like he's one of my favorite actors.
I understand why you don't like his cheesiness, but I feel like that's intentional because he is a con man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there are some emotional parts that are like actually really good, but the character itself is like pulling it pulls so much focus and it's so cheesy because that's the character he built up.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we got the meme where it's just like,
Make a wish.
hold on, you keep talking while I look up the meme.
Okay.
Hold on, it's so great.
And there was a so again we're well into spoilers, so if you're already listening. In the end of the movie, essentially, the world, he manages to like hack into like the world's network and all that. And that was another cheesy part too. I was just like, all right, like it's a comic book movie. I'm gonna allow myself to be disbelieved.
Life is good, but it can be better. Like, that is a fantastic meme.
Yeah, that's
that
a good
sounds
one.
like something a con man would tell you. He'd be like, "Life is good, but it can be better." And
True.
I was into that. I was into it. But what were you saying?
So at the end of the movie, they're like, oh, everyone needs to retract their wishes and everything will go back to normal. But I'm like, how's everyone gonna like forgive this guy for everything he done? Like he is clearly responsible for all of this. And at the
They
end,
needed a wrap up scene.
yeah, and at the end you see him like hugging his son. Like that would have been cool, but like I would like to see the next scene of like the president be like, all right, get your ass to Guantanamo Bay, or something like that. Like, or it's like, okay, he made up with the son, but he's in jail now, or something like that.
Like we're unclear of the consequences of Barbara and Maxwell, and
there was a lot of shit.
Makes you unsatisfied.
And
like that president should also be fired. Like we need to see like if they would have had like a minute of flash of like if they had a montage with Diana speaking over it, do some VO, just being like Maxwell Lord was taken to jail and the president was knocked out with the vice president taking over. If she just did a voiceover, minute, and then it'd be cool because then they said, unfortunately, no one was able to ever find Barbara Minerva ever again. Like that's cool.
That's right. Whatever
because Barbara did not revoke her wish. Her cheetah stuff came from Max, so she still has whatever Wonder Woman power she has. So Barbara Minerva is still out there. So that would have also been a direct lead into something else for her coming back. Like no one ever found Barbara Minerva. Am I offensive with my Wonder Woman accent right now?
No, it's not. Like you're not trying to be offensive.
Barbara Minerva. Yeah, I'm not trying to. The point is,
if we get canceled, I'm sorry.
Like a minute. Well, that's the thing about you being the avatar of this channel. If I get canceled, you're safe. You can be like, that guy was bad. I cut him loose. Now just Joshua Joestar right here.
Oh God. Just back to me fucking calling that fucking.
But the point is, yeah, if they just taken a minute.
We're back.
And it's just that it's fine. It's at the end of the day, it's fine. It's a fine movie. It's okay.
I'm genuinely surprised you remember what we were talking about because I'm pretty sure you noticed this. Audio and video listeners, I had to do a quick edit, and I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about. But let's continue on with the podcast because we're semi-professionals.
We were talking about Barbara and Minerva and the repercussions.
Oh yeah.
It would have been great. And then I was saying, am I offensive with my Gal Gadot voice? I am Wonder Woman.
So another thing too, overall, so what would you rate it? Your mic speed. Oh, there you go.
The first, I hate using a rating system, but everyone does it. So like, the first Wonder Woman movie, I kind of gave a 7 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah,
I love the first one.
Yeah, the first one's really good. I only have like a few issues, and if not, it'd be like 8, 9, 10. I guess I'd give it a 6, maybe a 5.
I gotta disagree. Yeah, okay. I give it a 6, and I give the original Wonder Woman a 9.
The first Wonder Woman is really good though.
It's really good.
I only have an issue with it because it feels like it's still good, but I feel like the No Man's Land sequence is kind of the height of the movie for me. and then it kind of goes down. Like, it doesn't get worse, but like the energy and the story goes a little down after that.
It's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't put in too much input. But yeah, you're right.
I think some of the most common geek complaints about that movie is like the fight between her and Ares is just CGI slap. Blah, blah, blah.
Who cares? That's like every fucking comic book movie.
So, but no, it's Wonder Woman's really good, real great. This one is just too uneven for me. Like, if they had just changed it a bit, cut the first 40 minutes, because we didn't need the mall scene. We didn't need little Diana.
Yeah, okay, hold on. I was talking about this with Elizabeth, my girlfriend, who's totally real. I was like Wonder Woman. I remember in BVS, Wonder Woman is like this Bruce. There's like this whole sequence where Bruce is like, "Who is this mysterious woman? She lives in the shadows."
There's only one photograph of her and recent bank camera footage of her.
And then like in fucking in 1984, she's like whipping across the mall and shit, like telling everyone, "Be quiet."
Yeah, and then
like, no.
also, okay, and then the thing is, she shows up, she does some fighting, and then she throws her TR to take out the cameras. First thing she should have done is taken out the cameras if that's her deal. And then the whole thing, okay, I guess I do have an issue because not only did that scene was so cheesy and the acting was so bad, but the point in Justice League, the one thing I really liked in Justice League was some of the Wonder Woman stuff. Not Flash falling on top of her boobs, but some of the Wonder Woman stuff about her being.
Did Flash fall on her boobs?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was running and he tripped and he fell on her.
Oh, okay.
And then everyone was like, haha, Joss Whedon. Anyways, the point is that like the whole thing in Justice League is that Bruce is like, what about you, Diana? You could be just like Superman. You could have been out there this whole time being a symbol of hope, but instead you've just been hidden away. Like, because she has her own issues. She's like, maybe I don't want to do that. But then at the end of the movie, she is out saving the day, being like, yeah,
she's talking to the world.
Yeah, she's talking to the world. She's like, I'm here, I'm Diana. Like, she gets, so just her going out right now.
There's a few continuity problems.
Yeah, unless they have another film which shows her like losing faith in human, like, I can't fight crime anymore, I'm just gonna stay home, then that would fix it. But doing their weird jump, it'd have to be in like the 2000s, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, they're progressively going forward in time, so Wonder Woman 3 would have to be close to present day.
Honestly, if they make another one, I prefer to modern day Wonder Woman. Okay, okay, we have so many things we could talk about, but let me just say real quick my Justice League pitch. Okay, Justice League pitch. Legion of Doom shows up. They're at the White House. They take control, and they're just like, we're calling for the Justice League. And then Diana shows up, and they're just like, where's Clark? And she's just like, in space. And they're just like, well, where's Batman? He's like, he's undercover. And he's like, Flash, something about the timeline. And he's just like, it's just you. And she's like, I am enough, but she's not enough. So she has to go around the world and recruit people. You bring in Shazam, you can bring in Green Arrow, Black Canary, whoever you want.
Let's get
That's
Blue
when she
Beetle.
goes and Blue Beetle. Screw it.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle, Booster Gold. We bring them both in, and it's just like she has to grab this ragtag team to take down the Legion of Doom. Like, I think that would be really fun.
That would be cool. Yeah, I do like that idea of like one A-lister and the rest like C-listers.
So I'm down for that kind of concept. Her just going around recruiting people.
Now, since we're still talking about DC, I know you're a big fan of what DC Comics is doing right now. You want to talk about?
I subscribe. I don't know if I'm a big fan.
Okay, you're a subscriber of what they're doing. Do you want to talk a little bit about death metal? Because I know you're gonna do a whole video on that, so you don't have to get into that if you don't want to. But do you want to talk about like Future Slate or anything like that? This is the floor is yours.
If everyone's listening,
only okay, go. Sorry.
If anyone's listening and they want to get into comics, right now is a weird but good time to do it. DC Comics is having a thing called Future State, which it's going to give a bunch of stories about these characters: Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, their kids, their friends, their family, Teen Titans, a bunch of different Cyborg, Legion of Superheroes. They're all having these stories published throughout January to February, and these issues are just what ifs. Like, what if Batman was somebody else? What if Wonder Woman was this Brazilian girl named Yara Flor? Like, it's a bunch of new concepts, and none of it is in continuity. So it's a bunch of what ifs, different futures. So if you want to jump into DC Comics right now, now's a good time because you don't have to know anything. You can just pick up an issue and be like, oh, what's this? And just whatever grabs your attention, grabs your attention. So I think now would be a good time for anyone to jump in. It might be a little weird because you're just like, wait, what? But if you just take it at face value, it's fine. Like I read the Wonder Woman issue that introduced the character of Yara Flor, who I just mentioned. And you don't have to know anything about the Amazons. You don't have to know about Wonder Woman. Like she kind of explains, like, oh, these are my tribe and I'm doing this and that's this. And some of the comics will work better if you understand their predecessors and their history, but they stand well enough on their own.
Okay.
So I think it's an okay time to get into DC.
And how long? How many issues are they going to be, like, roughly?
Some of them are just one shots, like, oh, we're gonna do this and show this. Some of them are gonna. I think it's at least 4.
Okay.
So it's not gonna be like 12 issues you have to collect. It's like 4 issues.
So 1 to 4.
One every 2 weeks or something. And yeah, and there's lots of different stuff coming out. So
okay.
Swamp Thing. If you love DC Swamp Thing, there's a Swamp Thing one. There's lots of characters.
I never understood the culture behind Swamp Thing. I'm just like, he's just a swamp monster. Why does everyone like him?
I mean, I guess he's representative of like that power of Earth, I guess, like the green.
But isn't that like Poison Ivy?
They make that connection, but no, because he was like born of the green. Like Poison Ivy got her powers after, you know what I mean? Like he's a creature who takes over like a human body, and like is just like full plant person. So
okay,
so it's different. I guess.
Now we're gonna switch lanes a little bit. Now let's talk. I know we talked a little bit about Marvel, and when you think of Marvel, I think of movies. Any movies this year that are coming out that are catching your attention or anything? Because I can't really think of any at the top of my mind. I'm gonna have to look at the list really quick. I'm gonna pull up, but keep talking.
I think the movie that is not a set date, but the movie I was most excited for that's gotten pushed back maybe 3 times right now is Dune.
Wait, Dune got pushed back again?
Yeah, it got pushed back again.
Oh shit!
Because remember, if everyone remembers, there was a small scandal because of the Wonder Woman team was told. I won't go into it because it's a weird Hollywood scandal. But Wonder Woman team was told, given orders at DC about at Warner Brothers about all the films and everything we pushed back and pay rates, et cetera, and then all other members and teams of the movie didn't know till the public knew. So it was a big scandal. Like, what? Wait, you're pushing us back indefinitely? And some movies and some directors are like, no, we don't want our project to go to the big screen, to the small screen on your HBO. They need to be released. But Warner Brothers is also like, no, we want to release them earlier because we already have this thing. We're losing money. So it was a big topic. So although Dune currently doesn't have a release date because it was pushed back to whenever, I've read the books. I'm a big fan of Dune. In fact, I was gonna film later. I was in a book club and they made a pin of the heroes House Atreides.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You guys can see it's a handmade. Cool. It was hand designed. This is
wow,
not licensed. Yeah. So there's only like 100 of these. So like I'm that big of, like I don't want to sound like I'm such a fan, but I am a fan of Dune.
I've been a Dune fan before Dune was big.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
So any other movies? I know you're really passionate about Doom. We talked about it off screen.
Oh my gosh.
Suicide Squad.
I guess I'm down for Suicide Squad. I'm excited because I feel like James Gunn is down to just kill people.
Yeah.
Like there are so many stars involved in this, and I feel like half of them might just get wiped out in the first fight.
Yeah.
Which I'm very excited for. And it seems very odd and very weird and kind of golden silver agey. So I'm down for James Gunn.
I mean, if anyone could do that, it's Gunn.
Yeah. So aside from that, I don't.
So I'm looking at a few right now. I'm looking at a Collider report, or it's just a list. So one of them I'm really looking forward towards is where is it? I'm looking right now. Good podcasting skills, Louis.
Well, that's okay. I'm also going to pull up a list right now. Okay. You know, the Uncharted film is supposed to come out 2021.
I don't give a shit about Uncharted. I've never played it. Never played it. And never really cared about it, you know. Okay, so here we go. I got the list right here. So Mortal Kombat looks like it's going to be fun, even though I really enjoyed the first one. Second one was so bad, it was good. But yeah, Mortal Kombat's always been a special place. Quiet Place Part 2, I think, has a lot of potential because the first one was so fucking good. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Let's see what else we have. I'm going to stay away from fucking MCU. Godzilla versus King Kong. Give me monsters fighting. I love it.
Yeah. I need to know how King Kong's gonna grow though, because their Godzilla's so big. I don't.
Yeah, dude, that motherfucker is huge. You know, I still got money. You know, I don't know. I do love Godzilla. I just want to see him fight. But they're both not bad guys. That's what I don't get. You know, they're both good guys.
Maybe it's gonna be the thing where it's Batman v Superman where they fight and then there's a bigger monster they gotta take out.
Oh, like Space Godzilla.
Yeah. King Ghidorah.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's right,
I know
huh?
my Godzilla lore.
I forgot a lot
I
of my
don't know.
Godzilla
I don't know
lore.
if you know any kaiju, but
Free Guy. That one seems like fun. The Ryan Reynolds movie where he's like an NPC in a GTA game essentially.
Venom 2.
Yeah, I never saw the first one. I need to get to it. I heard the first one was actually pretty solid.
The Ghostbusters Afterlife.
That's the one with Ant-Man, right?
I don't know. Yeah, Edgar Wright.
No, Paul Rudd. There we go. Paul Rudd's in it, isn't he?
I don't know.
I think he's in it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in it. I hope he's in it.
Oh no, it has the Finn Wolfhard, the guy from Stranger Things.
No, but I swear to God, I'm pretty sure Paul Rudd is in what's it called? Whatever. Okay.
Okay.
We're bad at this part. But
Black Widow. I know you said away from Marvel, but Black Widow is coming out.
Yeah, but she's already dead. Like, why do I need to care about her anymore? You know?
See, that's the exact problem. I was talking to our mutual friend Diego, and he was just like, "Oh yeah," and I said, "But I'm afraid people won't care because she's dead." And you just said exactly what I'm afraid of.
I said it as a smartass, but there's some merit to what I just said right now. Like yeah, like you're gonna like flesh her out and all that. Now that's cool, but like she's dead. Too a little too late. Unless like any of these characters, which they probably will carry on into the future movies, but it's like at that point, like why do I care? You know?
Yeah.
And any other games you're looking forward towards that are coming out?
We were to talk about movies,
Mhm.
so you just did a 180 to games. No, I think any games I like. The only game that I don't even know if it's coming out this year, but the new Horizon game. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm excited for the sequel because I found the story very riveting, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So yeah, I'm excited for that. How about you?
One game I'm looking because it's like right around the corner is The Medium. It's an Xbox exclusive.
Which is because I know we talked about video games earlier.
Oh, can you say that again? You cut a little in and out.
Oh, sorry. You also cut out.
Oh, okay.
My internet connection is unstable.
Huh.
Sorry.
So The Medium is a game. It's like it's the people who made Layers of Fear. So it's this horror game where you play as this woman. I don't really know the story details too much, but the main lore of the game is that it's running two games at once. So you could be walking down a hallway and you're like in the normal world, like the world we live in, but then you press a button and you're essentially in hell or like the upside down world. And you could play the game in either one at a moment's notice. So you could play the entire game in essentially the upside down world, or you could play the game in the normal world. But if you play the game in a normal world, it's like these paranormal spirits are attacking you, and you don't really see it too much. But if you're in the upside down world, you see them and all that. And that's the biggest lore of the game, is that like you could switch at a moment's notice with no fucking like loading time. And it's supposed to be like kind of like pushing the boundaries a little for like next gen. So like this is what next gen is kind of capable of. So that's getting me excited.
They said this is what next gen could be capable of when Cyberpunk came out, and we all saw how that happened.
I like Cyberpunk. I'm gonna get back to it. I just gotta beat Yakuza first.
Yeah. Oh, Yakuza is so good.
I honestly, yeah,
that's such a fun. It has such heart.
I think because you're watching me stream it, right?
Yes. If you guys want to check out, I'm Joshua Joestar on Twitch. My man here streams every so often. Really fun content.
I will say this about the game: the side missions are getting a little bit grindy for me at this point, so I'm just kind of skipping through the dialogue. But if I would have beat this game last year, either way, it is still my game of the year for 2020. Like regardless, like this game has been so incredibly good.
I didn't even play it, and it's my game of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Like you, for someone like yourself too. And even though I just said the side missions getting grindy, I still enjoy all the mini games they put in there. Like there's this whole business simulator I do. I really love it.
Oh yeah.
There's like missions where you gotta like eat food and just all these little knickknack stuff, and it's
Mhm.
so good. Like I was genuinely blown away. I knew I would go in liking the game because I've heard nothing but good things about it, but I'm just like blown away because like there are parts of the game where I'm literally at the verge of tears. I'm like, holy fuck, this is really good.
It's very engaging,
Mm-hmm.
which is lucky because sometimes there is times where it's like 20 minutes of dialogue,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, okay, but when am I going to go back to playing the game? Like, it'll take its time giving you information, but you care enough about the characters to sit through that information because it means something.
Exactly. And it's
So,
like, especially because like I'm creeping near end game material because like I'm on chapter 11 of 15. It's like characters I haven't seen since the very beginning of the game are all of a sudden making cameos. I'm like, holy shit. And it has that much more of an impact now because I'm like, you've been with Ichiban since the beginning, so you understand the sentimental value of all this.
mm. And even if you don't care about them, you see Ichiban being happy, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, my man.
And I'm loving to see like how like his party of 4 has grown to like a
Mm.
party of like 7 or 8 now.
Yeah, he's gonna have like a small squad when he
Even
finally
though
takes on
I'm
the big
pretty
boss.
sure the business girl isn't like technically canon because she's like an optional party member you could get,
Yeah.
but it's still nice to see when you go to the bar and it's like
Mhm.
it's a big group of people now.
Yeah, you have a bunch. He has a bunch of friends,
Yeah, and that's cool to see now. Like even
a
like
bunch of boyfriends and girlfriends.
you got like the hitman who tried to kill you, and now you have the former Yakuza leader who tried to kill you. A lot of people who try to kill you.
Oh yeah, it's very Goku of him.
That's what I was gonna say. He kind of
He
reminds me a
collects
little bit
them,
of Goku.
but just like smart.
Yeah, nah, he's equally nah, yeah, he's smart. He's smart.
No,
I
he's
wouldn't say
smarter
he's
than
yeah,
Goku. Goku's well intentioned, I guess, but he ain't that ain't it.
no. But anything else in regards to like 2021 that you're like looking forward towards?
I'm really excited towards finishing scripts, perhaps, working on some shows, pitching
Mm-hmm.
them, working on more content for this site. I on my own YouTube channel, Jacob Knight, I do like whatever I want, really.
Yeah, he
So
comes
I'm
to us
hoping,
whenever he has time. We're his side bitch.
yeah. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch it around. Like, you guys are gonna be my main, and my channel's
Oh,
gonna be the side. Like how they have big YouTube groups and they have
uh-huh.
those side channels.
We need to get a content house.
Yeah, content that'll be the apartment you eventually
Oh,
get with
mm-hmm.
Elizabeth. That'll be the content house. And then we'll just be making content like TikToks,
Yeah.
like Colin and his friends when they hang out and they're all just doing.
Who? I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's my friend. Sorry, you don't know him.
So but okay, so continue. So what else are you looking forward towards,
I guess beside
like
from
personal anything too? We get personal in
personally,
here.
I have a couple. I have like 4 classes coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That's full time
hoping
too.
full time student. I'm hoping. Thank you. We're ASMR now. I have 4 classes, and I'm hoping to do well in all of them. I think just balancing that as well as producing more content, because I do have fun
Mm-hmm.
making stuff and editing it. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I don't want to do it, but I do have fun doing it.
Same here. Same
And
here.
I don't really have a New Year's resolution because
Don't cry,
I'm
Noah.
that I have to be
Don't cry.
special because I'm the person who's like, your New Year's is the day you're born because that's your full year around the earth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that type of
I fuck with
crazy.
that. No,
So
I've
like
never heard
I
that before. I fuck with
yeah, I'm down for like birthday resolutions because
Okay.
that's your year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, you could be born on like December 25th and then it's the new year. No, the new year is next year when it's your next birthday. That's for you. So I'm just kind of like, I don't really have any birthday or New Year's resolutions yet, but I'm just hoping to continue to move forward. I
Yeah, that's a
guess.
resolution all on its own because some people get stuck in like their tracks.
What about you? Do you have any
So,
ideas?
for me, so I haven't told you this yet because it happened right before we started recording. I'm looking for internships. I think I've told you about this. And I have an interview with the Adobe. Hold on. It's not I'll tell you right now. Let me pull up the email. Uh do, 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 do.
Do-do-do.
Give me one second. I'm pulling it up right now. So the Dominguez Ranch Adobe Museum. So I have an interview with so today is Friday. No, today is Thursday. I lied. Today is Thursday. I have an interview with them. I believe at 10 or 11 tomorrow morning.
That's so
Yeah, so
cool.
I'm like fingers crossed. I have a really good feeling I'm gonna get it. just because like I'm, knock on wood, I'm pretty confident in myself, and I've been in constant communications with like the gentleman in charge of it, so I have a really good feeling about this. So I got my internship coming up, with the internship interview, so hopefully I get my internship, and I'm going to be going to school full time as well. So I got my internship and I got a few other classes. So I know I said I wanted to get the ball rolling again, but the ball might have to slow down a little bit just because Sir Jacob Knight and I are going back to school in like 2 weeks. But for me, my biggest goal, like my 6 month goal, is to graduate, because this is my last semester of being an undergrad student. And so I want to have a graduation. I want to graduate, and I'm probably gonna have a graduation in Minecraft, like I did with my girlfriend. So Noah, you better show up to that one.
If everything's safe, even if it's not, just kidding. If everyone's like safe, and I'm down.
Well, we're gonna have it in Minecraft.
Oh no, no! Minecraft. Is there demos? I'll buy a demo.
But so my
I'll get a demo in Minecraft.
My 6 month goal is to do that, and I kind of have to like keep it on a down low. But my goal at the end of the year is what Sir Jacob Knight said a little bit a while ago about I'm just gonna keep it at that, just for reasons I don't want to get into right now. But
it can get cut if you're
no,
and you want to cut it.
Don't worry about it. I just don't want to say it here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is my goal for the end of the year. So those are like my two big goals, and I think I'm in a good place to where I could achieve both of those goals for sure, and I'm really happy about that. Like I've kind of had like this big mind shift at the end of last year and the beginning of this year, where it's like most of the time I'd say like 90 to 80% of the time and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I'm a pretty positive person, all things considered.
I'd say that's true.
Thank you. And I like I was like, like I was kind of in a dark place the last few days of the new year of last year, and I was like, I didn't like that about myself, and I needed to revamp. I needed to kind of like fix the chords in my head and all that, and I kind of got this clarity of now what I want to do, and I know what I want to do with the Geek Press. My goal, I think we're at 17 subs right now. My goal for like 6 months, I want to try to hit 50 subs. That's it's kind of ambitious, and it's hard because we're a news channel. We don't have a schedule, so I understand the uphill battle of that. For my Twitch, I want by the end of 6 months from now, I want to have at least 5 subs continuously. And like I said, those are like my other ones right there. And like for my Instagrams and like there are social medias of the Geek Press, I want that just to grow fluently. And it seems like we're doing a solid job at that. Like I've noticed our TikTok has had a steady stream.
Yeah.
And our Instagram too. It just Twitter's the hard one.
Yeah, Twitter is the one where we're the least effective.
Yeah, but all the other ones I think we're doing good. And like I said, the power of like positive thinking is very strong, just like Max Lordwell said, your life is good, but it could be better. Anything else you'd like to like kind of end it on?
If this is the end, don't forget, you'll do the plugs. I hope everyone is doing well and that everyone's keeping safe, and keep like Wonder Woman. Keep the hope, keep the truth.
Yeah, just like that, just I know this world, especially we're like fucking 7 days into the new year and shit's hitting the fan right now.
Yeah, domestic terrorists already stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff is happening right now, especially in the United States. I don't know much international news, so I'm sorry for my international listeners if I do have any.
Someone in France is just like Sacre Bleu. Oh.
But
they hate me. I'm sorry.
Just try to keep a positive mindset. It's easier said than done, but it's possible. And I feel like even if your problems are looking grim, if your life is looking dark, there's always that light at the end of the tunnel, and you could be that smart as to be like, oh, that's the train coming to hit you. No, that's not the train. That's light. There's better days to come, and you're not alone. Whatever you're going through, like you could always find forums online, like safety, like safely, don't just do any forums, or like there's communities online that, like, again, do your research before you join any of these forums and like start talking about your problems. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
And just, wear a mask. The coronavirus is still a thing, and stay safe, and just, treat others with love and compassion, because that's all we have at the end of the day.
And if you ever need people to talk to or hang out, there's a Discord where we're always available.
Yeah.
Down the links below.
Yeah, the Discord link, I don't have it active just because I don't want like bots in, but just leave a comment. I drop it, and I'll drop the link, but it expires in 24 hours. So just make sure you get it within that 24-hour span, and you'll be good.
If you made it this far in the podcast, you might as well.
Yeah, just make sure to follow us on all of our social media. So our YouTube, we're The Geek Press. It's spelled how it sounds. TikTok, we're The Geek Press, spelled how it sounds. Instagram and Twitter with Da Geek Press, so DA, then Geek Press. And yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna plug everything down below. I'm gonna try to have this up today. So I'm guessing on YouTube this would be up because it takes a bitch to render. Like around 6 or 7, give or take. And it'll be up like on Spotify and all the other shit too. But yeah, take care, everybody. I hope y'all have a great day, great night, great afternoon. We'll see you when we see you.
Goodbye.